I'll have a way to support myself, Rachel, Ivy said quietly. You could marry a rich man one day, I guess, if you could find a blind one, Rachel conceded and laughed at her little joke. Although where you expect to find one in Jacobsville, Texas is beyond me. I'm not looking for a husband. I'm in school at our community vocational college, Ivy reminded her. So you are. What a pitiful future you're heading for. Rachel paused to take an audible sip of her drink. I've got 2 auditions tomorrow. One's for the lead in a new play right on Broadway. Jerry says I'm a shoo-in. He has influence with the director. Ivy wasn't usually sarcastic, but Rachel was getting on her nerves. I thought Jerry didn't want you to work. There was a frigid pause on the other end of the line. Jerry doesn't mind it, she said coolly. He just likes me to stay in, so that he can take care of me. He feeds you uppers and downers and crystal meth and charges you for the privilege, you mean, Ivy replied quietly. She didn't add that Rachel was beautiful and that Jerry probably used her as bait to catch new clients. He took her to party after party. She talked about acting, but it was only talk. She could barely remember her own name when she was on drugs, much less remember lines for a play. She drank to excess as well, just like Jerry. Jerry takes care of me. He knows all the best people in theater. He's promised to introduce me to one of the angels who's producing that new comedy. I'm going to make it to Broadway or die trying, Rachel said curtly. And if we're going to argue, we might as well not even speak. I'm not arguing. You're putting Jerry down all the time. Ivy felt as if she were standing on a precipice, looking at the bottom of the world. Have you really forgotten what Jerry did to me? She asked, recalling the one visit Rachel had made home just after their father died. It had been an overnight one, with the insufferable Jerry at her side. Rachel had signed papers to have their father cremated, placing his ashes in the grave with those of his late wife, the girl's mother. It was rushed and unpleasant, with Ivy left grieving alone for a parent who'd never loved her, who'd treated her very badly. Ivy had a big, forgiving heart. Rachel did manage a sniff into a handkerchief at the graveside service, but her eyes weren't either wet or red. It was an act, as it always was with her. What you said he did, came the instant, caustic reply. Jerry said he never gave you any sort of drugs. Rachel, she exclaimed, furious now. I wouldn't lie about something like that. I had a migraine, and he switched my regular medication with a powerful narcotic. When I saw what he was trying to give me, I threw them at him. He thought I was too sick to notice. He thought it would be funny if he could make me into an addict, just like you. Oh, grow up, Rachel shouted. I'm no addict. Everybody uses drugs, even people in that little hick town where you live. How do you think I used to score before I moved to New York? There was always somebody dealing, and I knew where to find what I needed. You're so naive, Ivy. My brain still works, she shot back. Watch your mouth, kid, Rachel said angrily, or I'll see to it that you don't get a penny of Dad's estate. Don't worry, I never expected to get any of it, Ivy said quietly. You convinced Daddy that I was no good, so that he wouldn't leave me anything. You've got that pittance from Aunt Hetty, Rachel repeated. Even though I should have had it. I deserved it, having to live like white trash all those years when I was at home. Rachel, if you got what you really deserved, Ivy replied with a flash of bravado, you'd be in federal prison. There was a muffled curse. I have to go. Jerry's back. Listen, you check with that lawyer and find out what's the holdup. I can't afford all these long-distance calls. You never pay for them. You usually reverse the charges when you call me, she was reminded. Just hurry up and get the paperwork through so you can send me my check. And don't expect me to call you back until you're ready to talk like an adult instead of a spoiled kid with a grudge. The receiver slammed down in her ear. She folded it back up with quiet resignation. Rachel would never believe that Jerry, her knight in shining armor, was nothing more than a sick little social climbing drug dealer with a felony record who was holding her hostage to substance abuse. Ivy had tried for the past year to make her older sister listen, but she couldn't.